The Amazing Spider-Man, 1990. Released in late 1990, The Amazing Spider-Man was a game you won't be that comfy playing on your PS4 or Xbox 360. With restricted 2D movement and choppy graphics, the player only visits Venom in one of the levels to progress to the next. This stage is not what most people would enjoy, as the entire fight revolved around Venom slinging up and down the screen and shooting web balls at Spider-Man. Spider-Man would have to inflict actual physical harm to defeat Venom. Sounds like a lot of work for just a little excitement, right? Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin, 1991. In this game, Venom acts as a boss who engages Spider-Man, the player, in a challenging fight to progress to the final boss level, the Kingpin. This release is considered a major upgrade from the choppy graphics predecessor, The Amazing Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin, which was released a year earlier. Why, do you ask? Not only are the graphics less black and white, but also, Venom's movement is less restricted. Graphics-wise, this game is just like any other game graphic you'd expect on a PS1. Spider-Man, the video game, 1991. Before closing the curtains in 1991, Sega decided to release another arcade video game based on this Marvel comic superhero character and his arch-enemy. In this game, the player who plays as Spider-Man gets a chance to fight Venom in a challenging battle to save his city. The developers limited Venom's attacks to jump and slam attacks, while our friendly neighbor had a variety of attacks to take the big bad slimy villain down. The graphics are, well, pretty good. Spider-Man and Venom, Maximum Carnage, 1994. Acclaim Entertainment, in collaboration with Software Creations, finally published a Spider-Man game allowing you to control Venom and his archenemy, Spider-Man. In this single-player release, you can play as Venom and fight your way through various tough levels to defeat the supervillain Carnage and his army of criminals. The game graphics and movement mechanics showcase a few upgrades compared to its black and white predecessors. Spider-Man, 1995. Spider-Man is yet another side-scrolling action game released in 1995. Developed by Western Technologies and published by Acclaim and LJN, this 2D movement animated game was released to be playable on the Genesis and Super Nintendo Entertainment System consoles. Venom gets to have his alone time with his enemy in a laboratory of some sort, where he engages our friendly neighbor in a deadly two-player battle royale. If he wins, Spidey the player would have to restart the fight again. However, if Spidey comes out victorious, he'd progress to the next level. The graphics of this game seem to be quite the same as Spider and Venom Maximum Carnage, so if you're thinking of replaying the game, you might want to prepare to see 144p graphics. Venom/Spider-Man, Separation Anxiety, 1995. As mentioned, Separation Anxiety is a 144p sequel to Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage, published on the Mega Drive/Genesis and the Super NES, and then ported to a PC version. In Separation Anxiety, Venom and Spider-Man team up to defeat a set of thugs before facing the evil red symbiote, Carnage, in the final boss level. Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes, 1998. Developed and published by Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes is a third installment in the multiplayer Marvel vs. Capcom series. The player is to select two heroes to fight with and face another player or a computer-controlled character with the same options. If you're a fan of the big guy, Venom is available to be chosen alongside his sidekick. Spider-Man 2000. The Spider-Man video game, released in 2000, is the first action-adventure Spider-Man game with 3D movement mechanics. At the Venom level, a movement-restricted Venom fights Spider-Man in a deadly brawl to the death. Unfortunately, we never get to see what happens when Venom wins because the hero always wins. At least the graphics here ain't as bad as the others. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes, 2000. Venom faces a major upgrade in this multiplayer sequel to Clash of Superheroes. For starters, Venom looks attractive in this version as opposed to the previous one. Also, if you're one who'd love to see Spider-Man beaten up for once, now's your chance. Select Venom as your character and fight against the red hero, and fight the duel till you come out victorious. Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects, 2005. Venom is one amongst the four main characters to be pitted against a set of EA-owned superheroes as they fight to stop the invading aliens from attacking over Earth. Because of the game's streamlined combat system and emphasis on player mobility, early parallels to Power Stone, Super Smash Bros., and Ehrgeiz were made. The game runs on all platforms mentioned above with a resolution of about 240p. Ultimate Spider-Man 2005. Venom in Ultimate Spider-Man acts as an opposing character the player can play alongside Spider-Man to complete missions and objectives, after which they can choose to use the two characters upon successful completion of the game. The game can be played in just about any console equaling capacity or higher than that of the PS2 or the Xbox, and the graphics look pretty good compared to the previous releases. Spider-Man 3, 2007. Following the movie storyline, Venom fights his arch-enemy on an uncompleted construction skyscraper. Venom aims to destroy Mary Jane, who is trapped in a taxi suspended in between two pillars. However, our friendly neighborhood Spidey steps in and saves his girlfriend from the Black Monster. After a heated battle between the two of them, Spider-Man sends Venom flying down into an iron rod, which immobilizes Venom immediately. Spider-Man, Friend or Foe, 2007. Spider-Man Friend or Foe is a 2007 action-adventure beat-em-up platform game with our friendly neighborhood Spidey. Spider-Man and Venom get their time together in a showdown hosted on the town's bell tower. After a lengthy dialogue between them, the fight begins. The outcome is just as you'd have guessed. Spider-Man wins. Spider-Man Web of Shadows 2008. Released in October 2008, Web of Shadows encompasses 3 different versions, one for Microsoft Windows and the other 2 for PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 respectively. Just like Friend or Foe, Venom gets to fight Spider-Man on the streets of Manhattan. In the fight, Spider-Man gains a little bit of Venom's power and uses it well to defeat Venom. The game graphics look pretty average for the PlayStation and Xbox version, good enough for a replay. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, 2009. Following the release of the Ultimate Alliance in 2006, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 2 features characters from the Marvel Comics and could be thought of as a sequel to the first one. Here, Venom can be selected amongst 3 other heroes to fight an AI-controlled or realistic opponent. Playable on the latest PlayStations and Xboxes, this game is the go-to for someone looking to feel some nostalgia on a relaxing Sunday afternoon. Marvel Superhero Squad Online, 2011. Marvel Superhero Squad Online is a massively multiplayer beat-em-up style online game based on the Marvel Superhero Squad. Venom stars as a playable character to be used to defeat other players online in real time. Marvel Avengers Battle for Earth 2012. Marvel Avengers, developed by Ubisoft in 2012, is a video game solely based on the Secret Invasion storyline in Marvel comic books. In this one-time publication by Ubisoft, the player has to save the planet from the clutches of an alien race called the Skrulls. In one of the levels, you get to play as Wolverine as you try to defeat the never-ending repenting villain, Venom. LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2013. LEGO Marvel Superheroes is an action-adventure video game released on the 22nd of October 2013 and developed by Traveler's Tales team to be published by Warner Bros. Available on the PC and console, the gameplay features a 180-character Marvel character story mode, where the player uses pre-selected heroes to defeat Dr. Doom and save the Earth from impending doom. Unfortunately, in this release, the closest you can get to playing Venom is by controlling Carnage. Sorry, Venom fans. Disney Infinity Marvel Superheroes 2014. Also called Disney Infinity 2.0, this action-adventure video game is one that brings sandbox toys to life. Developed by Avalanche Software, this 3D futuristic video game follows multiple plots, with each one having its own playset. In one of the plots, Venom infiltrates the Green Goblin and Mysterio's laboratory to stop the Terrible Two from cloning his DNA and invading Earth. LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, 2017. LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 is a LEGO-themed sequel to 2013's LEGO Marvel Superheroes. It's the 3rd installment of the LEGO Marvel franchise and is playable on the PC and console. The third-person perspective gameplay of this LEGO-themed game features a storyline centered around superheroes from various realities in the Marvel Universe. One can play as Black Panther, Spider-Man, Carnage, Captain America, Hulk, and other Marvel superheroes you can think of to defeat the time-traveling conqueror Kang. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity 2017. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity is a multiplayer fighting video game developed and published by Capcom using the Unreal Engine. Published in 2017, this game allows supervillains like Venom to be played alongside 2 other players against an AI-controlled opponent. This time, Venom is granted a wide series of combos to make the player enjoy his time with the big bad symbiote. The game can be played on either a mid to high-end PC, PS4, or an Xbox One with up to 720p in resolution. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, 2019. In this 2019 action role-playing game developed by Koei Tecmo's Team Ninja and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch, the Avengers form alliances with their past friends and foe, including Venom, as they strive to stop the Mad Titan Thanos and his Black Order of elite supervillains from capturing the Infinity Stone and literally ending life on every universe. The player gets to play some of their favorite characters in this never-ending war of power. If you haven't played this game before, you can get it now for your Nintendo Switch. If you want to see another video where the villain doesn't always get defeated, then hit that subscribe button.